Creature,
Angron growled.
Creature, get over here.
Somehow, his voice carried over the hangar's settling din, for Argel Tal crossed the deck to stand before the master of the 12th Legion. The word-bearer didn't bow. Argel Tal had learned the hard way that Angron loathed all signs of obsequious respect. Nothing irritated him more than polite submission. Only two things should prostrate themselves: frightened animals and dying men. Anything else was surrender, and no filthier word existed in any human tongue. "Primarch Angron!" The word-bearer greeted him with a neutral salute, a fist over his primary heart. Karn swallowed. He already knew where this is going.
Creature,
The Primarch said again.
You have your orders?
I do.
Very well. Then be ready to execute them.
Argel Tal saluted a second time and started to turn away.
Creature,
The Primarch said a third time, smiling now. He enjoyed the way the insult tasted.
Yes, sire.
I saw your lord's pretty warships lighting up the skies just now. The Trisangyan and the Blessed Lady reaving their way through Armatura's defenses. We owe this assault to them, eh?
Argel Tal betrayed no response, merely waiting impassively, his silver faceplate staring with its crystal blue eye lenses. Karn willed him to silence, to manage his composure. His brother may have been a bearer of the word, but Argel Tal had a 12th Legion temper. Angron's teeth clacked together, in sympathy with another facial tick.
The Blessed Lady,
He said.
That name. She was your whore priestess, was she not?
She was our confessor.
The word-bearer's armored joints gave a low thrum as he tilted his head and bunched his muscles. Angron didn't miss the telltale signs of rising aggression. He broke into a grin.
Dead though, eh? Entombed on Lorgar's flagship. Is it that same shrine? Or have you poor zealots been praying to more than one dead girl?
A hesitation this time. Argel Tal took a slow breath.
It is her.
Is it true that fanatics pulled her bones from the coffin? They stole them as holy relics, like the heathens of old?
Karn watched Argel Tal's finger flinch and curl.
It is true.
The word-bearer replied.
Angron.
Karn warned his father. Angron ignored him, as Karn known the Primarch would. He was enjoying himself too much to heed any advice. Karn shook his head. Here it comes. Angron's chuckle had all the charm and warmth of an avalanche.
Is this the same whore priestess you failed to protect in life? Now you can't even guard her bones from human thieves. Lorgar must love you, creature. Why else would he stomach your failures?
The word-bearer spoke through clenched teeth.
If my lord Lorgar finds fault with my service, he is free to offer punishment.
He was turning away now, regardless of the disrespect he offered. Angron baiting him was an old game, though this time it risked going further than ever before.
And you, broken one, are not fit to speak of the Blessed Lady.
Angron's laugh was a wet landslide.
Did you ever recover her bones, creature? Or are they still in the hands of your unwashed cultist slaves?
Argel Tal, like all ranking Legiones Astartes commanders, had a personal armory that would put any collector to shame. But now he carried two weapons sheathed across his back. His finest and favorite trophies. Both were crafted on Terra, forges forbidden to all outside the Emperor's own inner sanctum. Both were gene-locked and could never be activated without the original owner's genetic imprints on the respective palm grips along both blades' halves. Argel Tal had broken that technological law, but he never shared how. The first weapon was a Guardian Spear, with an ornate bolt gun forming the tip. Its name, etched in acid-eaten lettering across the priceless blade, was Sharin-i-Tarazu, and it was once the blade of Scythrin, Calaminis, Astaga, Merin, Viro, Uthred, Mastaxa, Cyrus, Shenzoti, Driomar of the Legiones Custodes. It was the weapon that killed Zathan of the Word Bearers 1 year ago. The second was a cousin to the spear, a two-handed sword forged in the same fires as Shadin Itarazu, and shaped by the same hands. Its crosspiece was an eagle of gold, the Emperor's Palatine Aquila, spreading its wings, and its blade also bore the weapon's name, Ictanita. It was the blade of Aquila, of the Legionis Custodes, a warrior of many, many names earned in glorious service. It was the weapon that had murdered Cyrene, confessor of the Word, an unarmed woman who'd lost the use of her eyes. Brave, brave custodians, thought Carr. He had to wonder if they'd sung any victory songs after that battle. Both weapons required two hands to wield with full skill. In battle, Argel Tal switched between them, moment by moment, foe by foe, using whichever served best. In the hangar now, standing before Angron, he drew Ikkeniter. He pulled the blade in one smooth motion and launched himself at the Primarch. The stolen sword whined, the metal of its blade pure enough to sing as it cut the air. Angron caught the word bearer in one fist, his fingers wrapping around the warrior's torso. It was over in a heartbeat. Argel Tal was hurled back before the blade could ever come close to landing. The Primarch laughed, the same sound of sludge and gravel.
Amusing as always. Back to your men, creature.
But Argel Tal was no longer Argel Tal. He twisted in the air, disgustingly graceful, and struck the deck in a crouch. Huge and beautifully ugly black bat wings rose from his shoulders. His silver faceplate was distorted in a snarling, wolfish maw of bent metal.
Back to your men.
Angron told the thing. He was already walking away. This time, it obeyed. Argel Tal rose to his feet, the great wings folding back with the sound of wrenching metal, the helm smoothing over to the emotionless Mark IV sterility. By good golly God, do I love Angron. Honestly, I love his character so much. This is one of the very few and rare times that we actually get to see him actually enjoying himself and having fun. Although he is being a gigantic bully during it and taking fun at someone else's expense over a very sensitive subject, it's still hilarious. I'm sorry. Angron baiting Argel Tal all this time is just hilarious. I wish we'd have got excerpts of all the other times he used to do this, because it just sounds like a fun read or a fun listen, honestly. Because it's not every day you see Angron in a good mood. Like I said, even though it is at someone else's expense, it is still something you don't see often and I would like to see more of. Although, we really can't because, you know, the whole Demon Primarch, blood for the blood god thing, where most of his fucking neural processes have been fried. It's unfortunate. We lost a pretty good character. Hopefully they can, I guess, rehabilitate his character a little bit so he's less one-dimensional. I still need to listen to that book, Angron, Lord of the Red Sands, or is it? Yes, it's Lord of the Red Sands. Someone uploaded the entire video, like the entire audiobook on YouTube, so I was just like, ha! Download. But I'm probably just gonna spend a credit on Audible for it after reading Slaves of Darkness. But yeah, I really like this excerpt because it's a side of Angron we don't see often, and it's really enjoyable to hear it from time to time. And also we get more Argel Tal. I mean, I'm never gonna fucking go ahead and say no more Argel Tal because I want more Argel Tal. Fuck Erebus for what he did. But it's always nice to see him in the pages. Alrighty, but yeah, those are my views on this whole excerpt, and god damn it, I love it. Alright, bye.